Hi, I'm Tony Gady, and I'd like to take a couple of minutes to help navigate part of the Enlist weed management system. As you're putting together your weed management plans, ensure you have a program approach fit for your Enlist traded fields. I'm going to touch briefly on each of the 3 crops traded for Enlist: soybeans, corn, and cotton. For Enlist E3 soybeans, following our pre-emerge program, a strong post program will ensure you maintain a clean field and maximize your potential. After the soybeans have emerged, a post-application tank mix, including Enlist 1 or Enlist Duo, in one of Corteva's many products providing residual control. Consult Enlist.com for approved tank mix partners. A layered residual like Kyber, EverPreX, and Sonic are good choices to accompany Enlist. Remember to always spray small weeds to maximize efficacy and control. The Enlist label requires spraying weeds no taller than 6 inches. If there are still stubborn weeds present, a second post-application can be made. Enlist 1 and Enlist Duo can be sprayed all the way through the R1 stage with no cutoff dates. Enlist can be sprayed with your burned down tank mix and up to 2 post-emerge applications, at least 12 days apart. Please remember, always use multiple modes of action. Do not use Enlist 1 alone without a qualified tank mix partner. For Enlist cotton, follow our recommendations for pre-emerge weed control. Then after emergence, a post-application tank mix including Enlist 1 or Enlist Duo in one of many products providing residual weed control. Quality products containing acetochlor or S-metolachlor such as EverPreX. Consult Enlist.com for approved tank mix partners to ensure your plan is legal. Remember to always spray small weeds, 6 inches or less, to maximize efficacy and control. Still have stubborn weeds present? Use a second post-application to gain control. Enlist 1 and Enlist Duo can be sprayed all the way up to first white bloom. In cotton, Enlist also can be sprayed with your burned down tank mix and up to 2 post-emerge applications, at least 12 days apart. Remember, always use multiple modes of action. Do not use Enlist 1 alone without a tank mix partner. The third traded crop is Enlist corn. After emergence, a post-application tank mix, including Enlist 1 or Enlist Duo in one of many products providing residual weed control. Sure Start 2 and Resicor are good options. Enlist can be sprayed on corn up to 30 inches tall with conventional booms, and up to 48 inches tall using drop nozzles. Enlist corn is also tolerant to FOP herbicides. Assure 2 is the recommended FOP herbicide for tough to control grasses in corn. Remember to use the higher rates of the FOP herbicide when tank mixing with Enlist, generally 1/3 higher rate to overcome any antagonism that may occur. Again, it is always important to spray small weeds, 6 inches or smaller, to maximize efficacy and control. It is important to remember to make timely applications of Enlist Duo or Enlist 1 herbicide. 1 pre-emerge application and up to 2 post-emerge applications of Enlist herbicides, at least 12 days apart. Always use multiple modes of action. Do not use Enlist 1 alone without a qualified tank mix partner. Qualified tank mix partners can be found on EnlistTankMix.com. To help ensure drift reduction properties of Enlist herbicides are not adversely affected, tank mix testing must be conducted following the standards established by the EPA to determine if a product is qualified to be posted on EnlistTankMix.com. The products listed on the website were tested and found not to adversely affect the spray drift properties of Enlist herbicides. The qualified tank mix partners are products that have passed the EPA mandated testing protocol. What these products are not include the following. They are not tested for adverse crop response. They are not tested for physical tank mix compatibility. They are not a recommendation nor endorsement from Corteva Agriscience. And being listed on EnlistTankMix.com is not an indicator of performance. Again, the tank mix partners that are qualified on this list are simply the products that have passed the EPA mandated testing protocol. The Enlist label says to apply when weeds are no larger than 6 inches tall for all 3 traded crops. Why is it important to spray weeds before they get too tall? Many weed species, especially waterhemp and palmer amaranth, can grow at a rapid rate and can produce thousands of seeds from each plant. Controlling smaller weeds with fewer growing points helps to maximize the strength of the tank mix and keeps field clean. If a weed like waterhemp has multiple axillary branches, it is like trying to control a weed much taller. Having a program designed to target weeds 6 inches or smaller will maximize efficacy and success. Here are a few recommendations to follow when faced with a field containing waterhemp, pigweed, or other tough to control weeds. First, start clean with a good pre-emerge herbicide and multiple modes of action. Next, plan your first post-application to be about 21 days after planting, scouting the fields to make sure the weeds present do not exceed 6 inches tall. A minimum of 10 to 15 gallons of carrier volume is recommended, and 20 gallons if Liberty is part of the tank mix. This is a good example of more is better. With the expansion of the nozzle choices, consult Enlist.com to make sure you are using the correct nozzle for your situation. Our video on sprayer setup will help you through some of this. For fields that have glyphosate-resistant weeds, we recommend Enlist 1 plus Liberty and a layered residual such as Everprex containing S-metolachlor. As the season develops, remember to continue scouting, and if new flushes of weeds emerge, a second pass of Enlist can be made after 12 days following the first pass, as long as you are within R1 for soybeans, prior to first white bloom in cotton, and on corn up to 30 inches tall with standard booms and 48 inches tall with drop nozzles. A reminder that all this information and more is located on Enlist.com. You can take Enlist Ahead training, sign up for webinars, research tank mix partners, and approve nozzles. There are many pieces of literature that can be found there as well, including the product use guide, the application guide, and the recommended tank mixing order. Thank you for tuning in to the post-emerge segment of the Enlist Weed Control System.